So, hey there. How's it going? Well, we had a few problems with public servers, hence why I haven't made a video in a while. And so I planned on making another art video. I was just gonna go do my own little private game thing and work from there and start something on that. But I got a little distracted and things got carried away and one with another, and so instead of introducing you to the game, I'm here simply to say welcome to my base. And we're gonna be checking it out today because I got carried away and didn't stop, and yeah, so I played for a few days and now we're here. And this is my own little server. It's not like a private server or anything, so nobody can join it. It's basically like going on to any game and going to solo instead of going to like a lobby or something. So I can do everything here. I can spawn things, I can do all that stuff, and I mean, no offense to anybody else, I've played this game enough. It's just fun for me to build and tame what I want to and do what I want to without any restrictions in a way. So yeah, it is sort of a little cheaty server, but at the same time, I'm not in it for like the base game because I've played the base game for a very long time, and I just want to essentially do what I want to do on a public server, but can't because it'll take forever. So everything here is kind of sped up a little bit, like mating and egg production and crafting, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's my own little private world and I can do what I want here. And it's pretty neat. So, anyway, we're going to show you around. So, first off, this is, I can't remember the name, for Jernerd. Man, I'm really screwing that name up. But I'll have it flash on the screen right now or something what the actual name is of the map. But it's one of the newer maps. It's a pretty neat little map. Basically 3 islands and a couple of little small islands. Not a lot to it. Nobody here but me, so there's only what I've built and not a million posts to the ground. But you know, to start off, all this is tech stuff. It's pretty much the highest of the high building material and structures and stuff like that from the game. You have a normal gas generator, and then you have this, which is a pulse generator. It runs on element, which, if you think gas is expensive now, try buying some of this stuff. I mean, you can't. It's that expensive. So, but basically, this is a castle on the side of the cliff. And it's its own little island. This was naturally here. I didn't build this. Well, I put the gate on and the round platforms that you see on the sides of the building for the big the big flying animals. I put all those here, but other than that, this is just a normal little castle thing that's naturally here on the map. And we got a couple of gigas. I've been trying to get mutations in them, and I'm not really one, seeing that I'm here on a private map, I'm not really one for really caring about their stats so much. I'm just seeing what I can do with their colors. But you got some rock drakes, pretty cool little creatures. I think at one point they probably wanted to use it to make a weird little dragon, but they changed like halfway through and just kind of came up with this thing. Pretty neat. I think it can... Where is it? Yep, cloak. And it can also glide, climb things, stuff like that. Pretty cool little creatures. Play him back up later. Let's see, we got all the wyverns up top. A couple of Spinos. X-Spinos, because they're from this map, I think. Yeah, I picked them up out there, didn't I? I'm pretty sure. But, I've been mating them for a while and getting different colors out of them. A couple of Allosaurs. Pretty, ruthless little critter on this map. Or on any map, really. Thorny dragons. These are some of the coolest looking critters on this entire game. Like the level of detail in these. What the heck is that button? There. Anyway, I was trying to get rid of the UI, but I can't remember how at this moment. But they have some of the prettiest looking, like the most detail in the texture, and like even down to the quills being different colored. Right. Pretty cool little guys. And I think you've seen these. No, maybe not. I'm not sure. These are Shadow Mane, yeah. It's basically a mixture of a puma and a fish. And that's no joke. I mean, it's a giant lion, and it's a giant aquatic lion. Ex-ankylosaur. Apparently, if you raise an ankylosaur by a volcano, it has this effect of making them weird and glowy like that. Hence the ex-triceratops. That's weird and glowy. You were a spawn and you're weird. You're like so ugly, you're cute. But pretty neat little dinosaur. I'm not even gonna try. A Margasaurus. A couple more thorny dragons with different colors. What happened? Whoa, okay. Hot Rod. Let's see, he's a crystal wyvern. So that's basically, you know, what's down here on the ground. I got a metal, giant metal smelter. Forge, I guess you could call it. These things are pretty neat. This thing you can find on this map running around. It's Reaper. Pretty ugly little guy, but has a pretty cool ability to have like a permanent turret on himself. So you can swing at something and you can launch something, or you can literally just turn him into a giant gun. Which is pretty damn neat. Oops, trying to find the wrong button again, sorry. Wrong button again, right button. Fucking brain. Anyway. So we have these guys, which are from a different map. Let's get out of first person. But they're literally just, like a sky dolphin. Let's get you a view of them. I think that's literally like their nickname when you type them in and spawn them, is sky dolphin. But, it's kinda, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. They're just outer space dolphins, essentially. But they have a really cool feature when you have this tech saddle on them, is they turn into jets. Jets with weapons. You can put grenades inside them and shoot grenades. And you can go quite a bit fast. You have a booster, all that jazz. Pretty neat little critters. The only thing I don't like about these is you can't park them very well. Because if you place them somewhere, they have the freaking weird ass thing of just turning around and running off. And they don't sit still very well, see? They do that every time you get off of them. It doesn't matter where you get off of them. They'll either... And it's never consistent on the way they turn either. They just... It is one thing. They will turn and they will do that pretty much. Anyway, a couple of Branos. Nothing too big. This guy was a force tame. I had a bunch of them, but they really start irritating you when they're all over the place and you get this... It's an alpha of a regular raptor. So it's basically the Big Daddy version of that thing. And I always thought it was cool to, if you're playing on your own little map or something, have a force tame of an alpha. Just to go with the regular tames. Lonesome T-Rex. That one's gonna be... I don't know if I'm gonna mate that one or not. These are the coolest thing in Ark that I've found. These are egg incubators. Man, these things are awesome. You put an egg in it, you change the temperature to the right temperature, and it quickly hatches the egg. Or it hatches the egg quicker than it normally would. Basically, I have a bunch of thorny dragon eggs in here, so you would click on one, hatch egg, boom, you got a baby thorny dragon, or baby whatever. Now, the other cool thing is, if you see right here, there is a large box on the bottom right that says, has pink and blue writing of thorny dragon, and it says 0 mutations, 0 mutations. That'll tell you automatically if there is a mutation. So if you're just going through eggs left and right looking for a mutation, that's a quick way to find one. And so you don't have to hatch all 10 eggs. You can hatch one egg with the mutation and ditch the other ones. It's just a quicker way of doing it. Above that box is the tiny little boxes with all the colors and numbers, like 63 black, like reddish brown 72. That's the colors of the dino. Like I think the amount of that color or the number for that color in that region. It's when you get to hatching them, you'll figure it out a little clearer. And the other really important thing is the bottom left box, which is the temperature that the egg hatches at. If you get that right in the center of that green line, then that sucker is going to be has a 20% incubation boost. And I don't know exactly what all that does, but it definitely does help it go faster. Let's move this guy away from here real quick so we don't have any problems with him later. Come on, guy. Alright, so got all that. I want to show you inside the house last, because it's got one of the coolest things in it throughout the base. But here we have the wyverns and other flying critters. So those are technically void worms, but they're void wyverns. This is an alpha fire. He was also force tamed, of course, because you can't really tame alphas. Let's see. Crystal wyverns. What is going on with my mic? It is freaking out. Okay. My earphones are. Anyway, they're all shoved together, but a couple of RGs and snow owls. Mothras, giant moths that you can fly around. More beautiful wyverns. These things are awesome. I love these things. I have a million more in storage because I just kept cracking open eggs. Like, these are ice wyverns, and they're coming out black and white, and that strange color, which is also awesome. Let's see here. We got a fire wyvern that has not too crazy. Typical electric dragon. More ice wyverns. And ember crystal wyverns. These things are really cool, especially at night. All that yellow kind of glows. More ice dragons. The colors on these guys are awesome. A couple of fire dragons. These guys are pretty cool too. I don't know if there's any more flying creatures around like this, but these guys are pretty neat. They're like the Tapejara, that guy, in the fact that they fly very strange for a flying creature. They fly on like a flat plane axis. It's very strange. But you can go back, forward, left, right. But if you hit, what is it, control? Yeah, the jetpack engages, and you have a flying dinosaur fighter plane with afterburners. And it's pretty quick as far as flying goes on this map, or on any map really in this game. And then it goes right back to slow, weird. I know. Pretty damn neat. I like this stuff. Oops. How did that land like that? Those guys are really cool. You check these guys out. These are Quetzals. They are actually tech Quetzals, which means they came out like they were born like a robot. There are many other like tech creatures around here. You can put platform saddles on these so you can build a base on the back of them. They turn out they're pretty big. They're slow, but their advantage is with the platform and everything, they can hold a lot. So like in PvP, you can turn them into like a miniature sky fortress and basically build metal walls as armor and mount a bunch of turrets and stuff. These guys are really cool, the alpha wyverns. Like I said, you can't normally tame one, but I want to show you. Like, except for the orange mist. Like, that's the one thing that really does suck about them. Because oh man, it gets annoying to fly them sometimes, because that stuff doesn't go away. But the size comparison is unreal. Come on, these things are so hard to land sometimes. This is what I'm riding right now, is a normal fire wyvern. Come on. Not completely dwarfing it, but you know, the body size is almost twice the size. I would say the wingspan is probably at least half a size more. I mean, they are freaking massive. Not fast, not quick, but super powerful. It'll kill anything. The only thing is, if you force tame an alpha, you can't. They'll kill anything, but you can't harvest anything with them. So, like, if I took this guy out for a hunt to feed my other dinos, typically you would just hit that button, attack it, and then you would hit it again, and it would pick up the dead body. Well, you can't do that because it can't harvest anything. So they just sit here. They're pretty, and that's about it. That's why I have them. That's why they're all here, is because they survived the cut of the cool looking ones, essentially. And I'll show you what I did with the other ones. It's not horrible or anything. I'm not a monster. But anyway, this is the house. Not much to it. I didn't go crazy building it or anything. I tried to put a little bit of style on it, but nothing particularly cool. And decorated it with some trophies or artifacts, as they're called. Did a little back deck kind of thing. Nothing too fancy. Railing, stairs, all that jazz. Tech door on front, which are so cool. Don't ever have to worry about opening a door. They do get annoying sometimes though when you're trying to lead animals somewhere. Like say if I tried to lead an animal out this big door right here, and if they're not right on your butt, if there's like a 2 or 3 second delay in between them, like say that far, it'll close and trap them. It won't hurt them or anything, but it does get annoying sometimes. Let's see, so this is the main hub of all of everything I do on this map and everything. So you got your fabricator and your chemistry bench and your giant fucking grinder. Why they made that so big, I still don't understand. All the cute little animals that I don't want to lose in the grass. You got an otter. I don't know what this thing is. Whoops, I picked him up. He's basically a set of wings for you. Like, you can use him to fly around if I didn't have a jetpack. Glow horns, glow tail, featherlight, that's what you are. You're a glow tail lizard, and a jerboa. And you got fridges full of, what are these? Fertilized eggs, non-fertilized eggs, food, and just an extra one. Of course, you have the cryopod chamber, and these hold future dinos, essentially, but they're not in there yet. You got a smithy, and these things are pretty neat. These are dedicated storage, tech storage. So you can put one item in there and just walk into it and say, oh jeez, okay, hang on. I just moved these so I don't have anything in them. Probably this I do. Okay, so we'll take this stone. So we have 100 stone on us. So that's got 252. I'll walk up to it, hit E. Whoops, E. 352. So it takes everything out of your inventory that is stone and pulls it in there. Which I mean to say everything that is this item. It will only pull out stone and it'll just store it in there. Then I can go back in and get however much I need later. But basically it's just a box and it only holds that item. I don't know if they can hold more, but I don't see the point of them for holding more, because they're fucking awesome. Like, that kicks the pants out of any vault and shit nowadays. But we go up here and we have the bedroom / second floor. Tech sleeping pod. This thing's pretty cool. You can, whoops, get in it, and it's like a little cryo chamber. And that's the respawn point. Personal vault. This thing's pretty cool. I'll show it to you later. But anybody who's played this game probably or at least got to the level of tech stuff. They know what it is, but the world map. You can also hang pictures that you take in the land and out of the land, IRL. They're all really bad, but I mean, low res or whatever. But it's still pretty cool. Okay, so we have essentially 3 other locations that we're going to be going to look at. Seeing that I have a whole map, I don't have to keep everything in one spot, so I can kind of spread it out. But after I found this place and thought this place was pretty cool and built it, oh yeah, I have a teleporter pad. And so I can set these up pretty much anywhere on the map and teleport to said pad pretty much instantly. Like I'll show you, I'll come up here, and I got 2 other ones. This one and this one, which we'll be seeing later. So this is an energy shield. These are little lights. Attack energy shield. Let's see. And of course you can't see it. It takes forever to be able to see for some reason. I'll turn that off. Another generator. They spread pretty far, but you need them all. This is basically a what do you call those things? Suddenly I forget. One of those things. A pillar, not a pillar. God, what are those called now? Why did my brain shit all of a sudden? I don't remember. But you can go inside them. You can, this one's turned off, so let's turn it on. And it goes up. And you can upload and download creatures to take them to different servers. You can do tributes and all kinds of stuff if you set it up, I guess. I'm not 100% sure exactly on everything it works, but I use it. Say I've gone to Scorched Earth and Ragnarok, and anyway, I've used it. I've gone to Ragnarok, a couple other maps to get different wyverns, and I think that's where I picked that guy up, actually, was that wyvern there, the alpha wyvern. But again, oh man, I don't get paid enough to pronounce that. Those are nightmares of many of people and their armor. These things I call pig dogs, because they basically are a giant pig dog. But yeah, let's get back to what I was saying earlier. There are 3 other places, and we shall take you to the next one, which is, I say, let's do the game preserve first. Not really game preserve, but wildlife preserve. I should speak better on that so no one gets the wrong idea. That's just a big breeding pen. It had to be that big because I have gigas. So that is a giant useless space whale, and it's pretty but useless. I mean, it drops bombs and it can warp like 15 feet at a time, but it's slower than, oh my god, it's slow. And this, I don't want to show too much of it. Let's go down here first. Is the fucking park. See? Told you. We got a little airlock system going on here. It's because I have a lot of dinos in here that are just wandering around, so I don't want them going out or being able to get out. So when I bring something else in, it's nice to have the double door set up. But this is the wildlife preserve, pretty much. It's for the, so far, what I want to mate and mutate along the lines, and what I mean by mutate is have different colors, like all these Spinos. Like these are all mutations. Except for him right there, he's natural. That guy, the gold and black, is a mutation. All the black and blue fins are mutations. The white fins and black is a mutation. That Giga, the color on it's completely mutation. But I didn't want to pack these away because these are some pretty, at least to me, prettier colors than most. So if I ever want to make a different looking Giga or Spino, I can essentially have the pretty ones out together. And every once in a while they lay eggs, and I don't want to mix them up with the rest, so got a fridge, put the eggs in there. Those will be random eggs. Got another tech generator in here for the troughs, because we have refrigerated meat troughs that feed them. And yeah, so they're sit on Wonder, and they just roam around all day. And they're on aggressive and everything, so if something spawns in there, it'll get killed pretty much immediately. So this thing is basically my light for the whole area. It's pretty and it's cool. It is just so unbelievably freaking slow, man. And just a giant space alien whale. Let's zoom out so you can see it. Yeah, now we start moving, and we're heading in that direction. Say if I wanted to get to that island, I would be there probably by the end of the day, and it's like 11:23 right now. And I haven't hit any other buttons. It just does that. It's got to blow out space debris every now and then. And the only reason it's moving as quickly as it is now is because I jacked up the speed to 226% of its usual freaking pace. So it's unbelievably slow. Like, even the warp thing is pretty dumb, because this is your arrow essentially to where you warp, but you can't go that far. That was a warp. I understand its capability though, is it warps with the surrounding area. So basically, if I were to warp from the ground to in the air, it would carry the dinos around it in the air with me. And it's for basically like PvP. You pop this thing out of a cryo chamber, one of these doodads, and right next to an enemy's base, and put all your teammates next to it and all that jazz, and then hit warp and go into the base. And apparently that's how it's supposed to work, because otherwise it's just a big light that sits there. Anyway, we're gonna go to the vault, and I thought this was kind of cool, kind of like a seed vault in a way. There we go. Alright, so this is my attempt at making a seed vault, essentially. I did this like the second day because I needed room to put stuff. And but these guys are the front gate guards, and I got another alpha wyvern on top. And it's just a crap load of cryopod chambers and storage. And basically right now I have everything I've built, or pre-built, which also need to put that in there. Just random supplies and whatever else I need to put in here. Any saddles I've done. That came out kind of weird. It was going to start as a big pyramid, but I didn't have the structures plus thing on, and so it it wasn't working correctly. So I just built it like this. What's up, everybody? We're cutting in real quick just to say a few things. I accidentally forgot to show you the whole reason why this fucking building exists in the first place, so that was pretty smart, huh? And I can't move around while I'm looking like this, so basically I came in here and showed you the bolts and everything, but what I didn't show you was the whole reason for this building being here is, I kind of said it was like a seed bolt in a way, and it kind of is, but with animals. So all the animals that I do not hang on to for mutations and such, say if I don't like the color or something along that lines, they pretty much just get put in a cryo chamber, cryo fridge. So we have gigas, we have spinos, a lot of spinos, been doing a lot of work on them. What do we got? Aloes, carnos, there's only like 2 in here, 4, but those aren't really much. Wyverns, this one's almost full, and they're all different colors, as you can see. That one's like pure white. I gotta check that one out. That doesn't seem right. But a lot of these have yet to be filled, but some of them are starting to be filled in the back row. Rock drakes, I just started breeding those things, so thorny dragons, just started breeding those, so the rest of these are pretty much for anything that I start to breed after this. So these 2 and these 4, and eventually I'll probably have to make a couple more, put them in the center, something along that lines. I planned on changing one side of these vaults to those dedicated storage boxes, so I can get more in here, and I think it'll be a little more cooler. But yeah, that's the seed vault, and I'm going to cut back into the other video now. So peace out, have fun. Buy a thruster in my backpack, so I have to come here and teleport back home and thrust. Oh, it's back on again. Well, now you can see the shield. It doesn't cover everything, but I mean, it definitely helps in a pinch, I guess. It's more for a PvP thing. But okay, so yeah, that's pretty much my first main 2 areas. We'll go to one other place right now, and it's pretty much my last base, and then I'll show you the coolest part about this whole entire thing. In my opinion anyway, it probably won't be the coolest thing ever, but alright, excuse me, we are at the lava breeding pit, pretty much. This is down on the bottom right where you see the cloud and the little dragon thing. Why you would put that over a map instead of the land features, I don't know. It seems kind of foolish, but whatever. I had to make this place because these doodads here spawn here, and they are really, really freaking hard to get color mutations on. At least in my opinion, anyway. So these guys, when you have them, you have to have them, the only way they can mate is in lava. So you have to essentially need a little safe area to breed them in lava, because these islands that have the lava pits and stuff are dangerous as hell. And like the first time I came here, there was 2 gigas and like a alpha T-Rex and all kinds of stuff running around. But these are so far the mutations that I've been able to come with, been able to accumulate, and I've gone through probably 200-300 eggs. Like, it's unreal. and they start off red like that pretty much. And this one went kind of like a pale reddish white, almost like it was burnt with like black tips. This one came out red with like greenish black tips. Not a lot of difference, man. You can barely tell. Like, they have a lot of different color regions, and they can all change depending. This one came out almost white, I think, and this one had the green tips, which was pretty cool to see. It was very exciting when this one came out, Muto 1, because that was my first mutation. So, and especially in the, not necessarily my first mutation, but my first mutation in the color side, and especially very visible, and I was very happy to see that. But yeah, these guys have to mate in lava, so I have two over here that are the essentially parents, and there's some lava right there, or lava, not a lava, egg. Probably more than a couple in here, but it doesn't matter right now. So I got these two mating just to see what they come up with, essentially. And this is my lava base. As soon as I can get over here to stop. This wyvern was, for some reason, wyverns have the tendency to change color every now and then, especially if you have a lot of them around or something. It just can't keep all the color in its memory or something, so it'll slightly shift. This one used to be a lot whiter. It was very strange. Just one day I came over and he was brownish. I also had a crystal wyvern that glowed, and one day he just stopped glowing. The rest of them still glow. Bunch of trophies, farming pits with tech troughs. I got water running from the sulfur pit down there, which technically probably would kill anybody around, but it's a video game and they don't care about those things. More breeding, or incubators, just for quick hatching. Industrial forge, pretty much the same stuff as back over there. Bed, not as much because I'm not here as much. A couple of trophies, more artifacts, stuff like that. Air conditioners because it's so damn hot here. And garbage. Another area map. Couple turrets on the roof, nothing big. All in all, I think there's three of them. So yeah, that's pretty much all three of my places in a nutshell. Nothing, like I said, I haven't built anything too crazy like artistic or anything yet, because I've been more worried about doing mutations, so all my time is spent hatching eggs and mating animals and running back and forth, and a lot of just sitting there waiting. So it gets pretty interesting, but basically we are back here at the main hub because I wanted to show one more thing, because I think, in my opinion, it's one of the coolest things around, and I just figured it out yesterday or the day before, excuse me, and so now I'm going to show everybody else. But this is, I didn't know they had this. It's a camera system, a tech camera system, and I have cameras set up on. This would be really cool if I was on like a public server or like a PvP server, so I could see if anybody was screwing around, if I had like a different base somewhere on the map. And so you can pretty much look at cameras across the map. As long as you have it set up and as long as you've registered them to like this computer deal, which basically means you've made it in this thing's inventory and taken it out, and then you place it somewhere. So pretty damn cool. Let's check it out. It always takes me to camera 5 first, which I don't understand, but this is a camera next to the breeding pit that we were just at on the south pole, or the south side of the map. We're technically right there in that castle. You can barely see it through the tree. I'm standing way over there on the other side of the map. And these also have a nifty little feature. You can change to visually see your dinos. They glow through rocks, stuff like that. 360-degree camera. You can even look at itself. Night vision, different vision modes. Night vision with a light scanner and regular vision. One of the coolest things I've ever seen on a game. We'll go to camera 1, which is right behind me. I'm standing right there. You can see my name. And it all works in real time. You can hear that dumbass Oviraptor stuck. These guys are cool. These little dudes will make your egg production skyrocket. But yeah. So nope, went to the next. Went to the wrong one. So, camera 2. We have at the center of the pin, right next to the refrigerator. I just knocked over a tree. But I have this one put on a tech pillar, so I can spin it 360 degrees and I can just keep a looking here. And it's really nifty, because I don't have to go all the way to the pin to see if any of them's laid any eggs. Look, right there. There's 2 eggs. There's one right there. And that one's fertilized. And that one's fertilized. So, oh, there's another one right there too. See what I mean? I don't even have to go over there to look for eggs or anything. I can just sit here and look around. And that is so damn cool. I got one on the vault. It's meant for security, but it's really not there for any kind of security because I'm the only person here. So, and one on the lava base just to see what's going on. Now, the only one I have actually used for is the one in the pin and this one here, because it'll help me see if there's a bunch of eggs laying around, because when you're not around, they lay eggs slower, but they will continue to lay them. And so you can check in the camera system to see if there's eggs floating in lava. Whoops, wrong button. But that is one of the coolest damn things I've ever seen on the game here. So if you look, the bottom red little pin that says home, I'm standing right there. We went to storage just north of us, and right on the bottom of the map where you see the dragon and the 2 clouds in the bottom right, that top cloud is pretty much right where my base is. On that other island. So the ability to look all the way across the map and just see what's going over there in like real time is absolutely amazing to me. But yeah, that is my place so far. I apologize for not uploading as much as I usually have. Things gotten weird, and internet's been going out for like 2 weeks at a time. That they're redoing all the internet in my area and upgrading it all, and so I have several days to where I can't even play a game or like watch YouTube or anything. So I'm trying to make do, and hope you understand, and I hope you enjoyed the tour of my world, and I would like to bring you back one day and do this again. You have any suggestions for another video or something, hit me up, write a request, or down in the comments. If you want to see something mutated or any something like that. And when I say mutations, I don't mean they'll grow like a third leg or something. Like, mutations in this game are stats and color based. So a mutation means that those two mating over there, they've mated so much they produced an egg that the stamina had 410 instead of 400, or the health had 17, or it went down or it went up. Typically they go up, but if you breed the wrong animal they can go down. And then it talks about color mutations, which is what I'm interested in. And you can see the difference. I didn't start out with these green ones. These were just hatched. And they came from this dino. So, yeah, those are mutations. And it's pretty cool. But that's what I've been up to. If you wanna more, I guess, if you need, I can't even talk. Anyway, I'm out of here. Later. Peace out.